So folks, today the Inishowen Guide is at the Inishowen Credit Union here in Buncana, and we're talking to Jonathan Coyle, the CEO, and Paul Brogan, chairperson of the Inishowen Credit Union. First of all, we're going to start with Paul. Paul, can you tell us briefly about the credit union and what it stands for?
The credit union is, as what it says a credit union, so it's giving credit to members who are part of it. Buncana Credit Union would have started in 1969. Inishowen Credit Union originally was one that was based in Carndonagh, and around about 7-8 years ago, the one in Carndonagh merged with Buncana, and then about 5 years ago the one in Moville merged, and we became one large credit union called Inishowen Credit Union, and we're looking after at the moment 25,000 members, and we have assets of over 110 million. And anyone who's not a member should ask themselves why they're not a member, and the members who are members should ask themselves, do they have a loan with the credit union, and if not, go get one, because at the end of the day it's your credit union and we're here to look after you.
That's great. And staying with you, Paul, how does the Inishowen Credit Union support local people and businesses?
Well, there's a lot of things there that we do, but we do have where people can first of all start off saving in the credit union so that they can eventually come in and they can apply for a loan. There was a thing years ago where you had to be a member for so long and you had so much savings in, but it's nothing to do with that now. It's to do with about the ability to repay. So we look after the businesses, we look after the businesses' staff by giving them loans for cars, house improvements, holidays. We look after their children with student loans. We have all different sponsorships going. We have student bursaries, and we have community funds, and we also have everything really to look after the members.
That's great. And just going over to you now, Jonathan, are there any recent projects that have made a big difference in the community here in Inishowen?
Yeah, so Paul just mentioned our community fund. So this year, our board proposed to our members the establishment of a €50,000 community fund. And that community fund has been used to source and install brand new defibrillators right across the entire Inishowen Peninsula. So we engaged with local first responders groups and got expert advice on where they should go. We sought submissions from our members where they might go, and that process is going very well. So we're hoping by the end of the year we'll have roughly 21 defibrillators installed for the benefit of our members across the peninsula.
That's a fantastic thing, because defibrillators are really expensive, and to have so many across Inishowen, that definitely is going to make a difference to somebody's life at some stage. What makes a credit union different from a traditional bank?
Yeah, so as Paul alluded to there, credit union is a financial cooperative, so it exists for the benefit of its members, not for profit. So unlike other financial institutions such as banks, any surplus we make does not go to shareholders. It's reinvested in the community a number of different ways. So the first way would obviously be improved services for our members as they use the credit union. We also provide dividends against the shares holdings that members have, and rebates against loans. And finally, and maybe most importantly, as I mentioned before, endeavours such as the community fund, we reinvest through community funds and also through charitable donations to teams, societies, clubs across Inishowen.
That's great. And just come back to you again, Paul. What services do you offer to members, and who can become a member?
Well, the services initially would be for a member to save with the credit union, also then to get loans out of the credit union. We do have members draws where there's 2 draws every year. 10,000 would be the first prize. When they get their loans are insured. That's another service that they actually get. We also have a lot of the IT with the apps. Jonathan will come in on that. So the services to the credit union for a member is a lot more than probably what they actually realise. It's easy to become a member. You come into the credit union, anyone is either working in Inishowen or living in Inishowen can become a member, and all they need is proof of address or proof that they're working here, and they can join straight away, they can borrow straight away, and they can enjoy all the benefits that we give them.
It's really, really straightforward, and it really is for the people in Inishowen. You've done an awful lot of great community projects over the years, and even recently with all the defibrillators that you're putting up there. How does the Inishowen Credit Union decide which community projects or causes to support?
Well, as Jonathan said there about the defibrillators, that was 50,000. That was the community fund. This year, actually, just last night, the board have decided that that fund is going up to 100,000. Now, at the moment, we're not too sure as regards how that money will be spent over the course of next year. It'll be announced at the AGM in December for the members to veto it. And then they could be based on one thing that has decided, or it could be based on two different things. So it could be 50,000 for some and 50,000, but the fund is 100,000. That's what we're giving back next year. And then over the course of the year, we have a marketing committee, and they would put in different local volunteer groups could be putting in requests for sponsorship. And then we also have a student bursary, and that's looking out for the ones who have finished their secondary school, going on to second level. And we have, they send in their details, and we do a draw, which is an open draw. 10 students each year gets 500 each for the course of 3 years. So each year 45,000 is given out, because it's 15,000 for 1 year, 15, and then 15. So it's a matter of applying to the marketing committee. They look at it, and this is for all of Inishowen. So this is from Malin right up to Bridgend.
That's really, really great, and especially for this time of year when you've got families and children starting college for the first time. It's a very, very expensive time, so bursaries will really make a big difference to a lot of families there. If people want to get involved and support the credit union, Inishowen Credit Union, how can they get in touch, and what way can they support you?
Well, to support us initially is to join. Secondly is to get a loan, because that's where we will make the money to pay back the dividends, pay back interest rebates, pay all our staff, keep the 3 offices going, and to have excess funds there for community fund. If they want to help us as regards being part of the either the board or board oversight, or being a volunteer with another committee, what they do is that they send in their details, name, address, where they live, a little bit of background. It's not a full interview or CV. They drop it into any one of the 3 offices, and then it's given to the nomination committee, who will have a look at it, make contact, see how interested they are, see whether they can come at enough time, and we work it from there. And if they're happy to go forward, we take them on a lovely journey. If they're not happy, it's better to know at the start. But anyone can become a volunteer, but we still have to go through the procedures of making sure that it's right for them and it's right for us.
That's great to hear that. And finally, over to you, Jonathan. Have you any advice for people who are thinking about joining the credit union here in Inishowen?
My advice would be not to hesitate and join straight away. Being part of and a member of the credit union will change your life. We talk about in Inishowen Credit Union that digital when you want it and in person when you need it. So here in Inishowen Credit Union, unlike a number of financial institutions which are closing up premises and moving completely online, we have a physical presence. That presence is in Buncrana, it's in Maville, it's in Cairn, right across the peninsula. And you can speak to our dedicated, fantastic staff who are very keen to help you and guide you through your financial journey. But in addition to that, we're very much aware of the requirements of operating in a modern financial institution. And we have the best-in-class digital as well. So we have an excellent app, we have an excellent online website and online applications. We use DocuSign. We have everything that a mainstream bank would have in terms of its digital offering. But what we do differently is we're here also to help guide people through that process in person whenever they need it.
That's really great to hear, because I know the world is moving at a very, very fast pace now, and everything's going digital. And a lot of people haven't grown up in the digital age, and maybe they're intimidated or feel they can't navigate through the internet there. So by actually being able to call in and talk to a real human, that's going to make a big, big difference. It can make the difference between a person applying for a loan, helping them out financially, or maybe being in dire straits there. For anybody that doesn't know all the locations in Inishowen, or somebody that's just moved to the area, where are your different branches in Inishowen?
So today here we're in Buncrana on the Coyle Road, and we also have premises in Maville, right in the centre of the village, and also in Cairn. So any of those 3 branches, and as I said, also online, we're here to help people through their financial journey. And it doesn't matter if it's a parent bringing a child in for their very first account, to help them through that process and understand the importance of saving and understanding how one borrows, or how one the financial system works, right through to this week we had a 91-year-old person join our credit union, and very welcome they are too. So we're a broad church, and we're very keen that the people of Inishowen support us, just as we'll continue to support them.
That's really fantastic. And I know the staff here, they are really, really helpful and accommodating and really, really friendly, and I genuinely mean that. How have you found the Inishowen Guide in the local community, helping spread the word of what you're doing?
Yeah, well, Inishowen Guide sits very easily with the ethos that we espouse here in Inishowen Credit Union, which is about the financial betterment of our community here in Inishowen, across the peninsula. So it's people supporting people, it's businesses supporting business across the Inishowen area, and the reinvestment of money and surpluses back into that community. So the Inishowen Guide can only help promote that as well.
Listen, Jonathan and Paul, thank you very, very much for chatting to the Inishowen Guide, and it's fantastic what you're doing here in the community in Inishowen. Keep up the good work, and it's brilliant what you're doing. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.